Hello, I am Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz. Today is November 3, 2014, 1:12 a.m. Wow, I didn't know it was that late. Birmingham, Alabama topic. What is more important than money? Crazy question, huh? Of course, everybody has on their mind, well, sure, love is more important, family is more important. And we know that. I agree. Those things are more important. I'd rather have a loving family than beings full of money. But I was talking to my cousin the other day. He's a retired military, and he's a biker. He's a Tribe of Judah biker, but he's a Christian biker. And I call him all the time, and we were talking, and I said, why in the world do they want so much money? Why is it that when they hit a plateau, then they're not happy with the money? They run off and start mouthing. He said, simple. Now they want the power. And what made me come up with that or reference that at this point is the prices have been going up, as you know, in the last 3 years sharply on food and on things like computers and everything in general. But your pay hasn't gone up. Your salary remains the same, and the tax increase puts it so that if you get an increase in pay, you'll actually get less money than what you make today because you pay more in tax. If you hit a level of, I'm going to say $10,000 you make right now, say you carry home $9,000 of that, so you're paying like $80 a month. Well, if you hit a level, you're going to make $12,000, and then you're going to take home 80% of that. That's good. You hit 13,000, all of a sudden you take home 60% of that, and you look back. So when I was taking home more money when I was making 10,000 than I am making 13,000. The point is, we need money to pay bills, to buy food, to have children and clothing, and have shelter over our heads. We need those things. But what about those people that when you go up a little bit on gasoline, and then the supermarket said, well, I had to pay more in gas. So you bring a truckload that came by train. With a train, you travel 480 miles on 1 gallon of gas per carload, per shipment. Have you thought about that? So the gas to the supermarkets may have cost them an extra $10 or $25 for a truckload. But yet when they put on that 10% increase or 7% increase, they're making 20 times that $25 increase. Computers that come from China and Japan, they charge more for gasoline. So the computer that now cost you, or that cost you 2 years ago for the very same quality, hadn't dropped a penny. In fact, it's gone up about 25%. And guess who got richer? Guess who made $15 billion in 2013? $15 billion in 1 year. Bill Gates. Did you know that this year, 2014, he's already made $12 billion? And that was as of 2 months ago. So he needed the money. He needed to raise the price on his parts for the computer, because the gas went up a nickel or $1. Okay, the point is, I asked my cousin, I said, why in the world is Bill Gates, as rich as he is, now having to sits with this board and decides the amount of people, the number of people that should live, that this population on earth? He said out of his mouth, he said, I think we ought to cap the population at 8 billion. What gave him the God-given right to say that anybody over 8 billion needs to die? In fact, it's not anybody over 8 billion. It's all those over 60. They want the younger ones that are able to work. Think about that. When you reach a level so that you have so much money that you couldn't spend it in 1,000 lifetimes, the next thing that comes is power. And that's what they want, power. Satan has all the money in the world. He wants power now. Bill Gates has all the money that he can ever spend, but now he wants power. He's been asserting his voice for about 8 or 10 years now. I don't know if you knew that or not. Putin, I can't figure him out, the president of Russia, perhaps the world's richest man. I heard he was worth between 104 and 110 billion dollars. I don't know how many people are in the Illuminati, but I hear their worth is over $1 trillion. That's 1,000 billion. I don't know, but what comes after money is power. They like the power. They like everybody and expect everybody to kiss their butt. They like power. And we're struggling to earn enough money so that we can buy our children a nice pair of clothing for next Easter. And that's what my family grew up on. My dad, it wasn't Christmas so much as it was Easter. Each Easter we got a new outfit. We got more then than we got for Christmas. But in any case, I just happened to throw this in. All this 363 books of Enoch they took gave them power out the yin yang, or money out the yin yang. So now, along with that, their books are showing them how to take the power. And when they take power, they take you. They take your freedom. They take your any sense of worth you thought you had. They take it from you. And one day you'll be their slave. It'll start all over, just like it did in the days of Pharaoh. The Jews had plenty of money. They had wealth. They had homes. They had land. But a drought came. Pharaoh took first all their land, their crops, and stored all the food that they grew. And then the drought continued. It lasted 7 years. But then that 7 years, the Jews lost all their money, all their belongings, and then they lost their land. Then they lost their homes. And then they lost their freedom. And then they became slaves to the Pharaoh. And what they earned was enough grain and wheat to feed themselves for one day. A day's wage for a day's worth of food. And you know what's ironic? We've come that complete circle. We're entering that day now where you'll be slave to the U.S. government and you'll work all day for enough food just to feed you for the day. Think about it. Jody Wolf, Expoz.